We had developed a set of ethical guidelines for people doing community-based participatory research as part of a research project. And we'd also collected examples from practice of where people had found they faced ethical issues and dilemmas. So we organised a conference to try to get people together. So it's partly about raising awareness.
So many people within their own institutions or their own communities don't get many opportunities to come together and to reflect and to think about the importance of their work and how they do their work and how they respect the individuals and the communities with which they work. And it's a very fertile ground here today.
I'm really here to learn what's happening in terms of thinking about ethics under the Connect Communities programme. It's been a really important area of emerging within the Connect Communities programme. So thinking really about issues about engagement with communities, with community organisations, about ethical issues, how we engage, how we think about bringing together different ethical frameworks and combining those and thinking about how we can learn from each other.
It's about the kind of lives we should lead, what counts as a good society, what actions are right and wrong, what qualities of character we should have, should we be honest, trustworthy, compassionate, etc., and what responsibilities we have for each other and for the whole.
I do think that the conference today demonstrates how deeply people here in the UK are thinking about these issues, and I think in ways that I'm sure there are people in the US who have thought about these issues in these ways, but I think this today was a tremendously sophisticated event in showing how people are thinking deeply about these questions.
We talk a lot about community engagement as us going out to communities, but I think what we don't do enough of is bringing communities to universities.
There are a lot of problems in society, and voluntary organizations are, supposedly part of the solution, or at least trying to solve some of these problems. And on the other hand, you have all this, all this academic expertise on certain subjects at the universities. So I think bringing those two together would really be a very fruitful alliance.
Because the vulnerable have not got the power. Now, to me, that is an ethical problem that you should be looking at, because this affects the people you are researching.
One of the main issues that I took away from today is the complexity of doing community-based research and the complexity of the kinds of relationships that we develop with our community-based partners. They span a whole spectrum of human possibilities, and how to behave ethically when you're dealing with somebody in such a multi-stranded way and not just as an object of research is a very complicated problem, and I think we had tremendously deep conversations about that today.
We also invited people from the Research Council, from a funding trust, the university pro-vice chancellors, someone from the university research office, deliberately in a way to raise their awareness and for them to come here and to hear people from community organisations and from the university, from people with learning disabilities, asylum seekers, who are all involved in research, so that it would help them perhaps to rethink how they think about supporting research projects and whether some of the current regulations that govern research in universities and in funding bodies need to be amended or changed.